representative with Remax Professional Inc. So here is our session, which where I want you to speak about any concerns the home buyers may have. So as I see, I don't see any person logged in yet. Maybe they missed this opportunity. But well, let's talk about home buying process. So how does it work when you set out to purchase a home? Buying home is basically not as easy as many of us might be thinking about. So the one of the biggest problem in home purchase is when people think that buying is as easy as buying tomatoes in the market. But no, that's not the case. Home purchase is a very specialized area, and I'm pretty sure you as a home buyer wouldn't want to have loss of peace, loss of family values, because it is a biggest amount involved in the transactions. When I say family values, well, I don't mean that something wrong happens to your character. What I mean to say is, I'm sorry if I misuse the word, what I meant to say is the tension arises in the families because of one wrong judgment. It's a lot of money. You put all your hard-earned money into buying something, and then you cannot afford to handle it because someone did not do his homework well. So let me tell you one thing here. One of the biggest problem in home purchase is not assessing yourself the way you should be. So if you take the help of a professional, he's definitely going to sit with you and do one of the two things. Either he's going to give you an estimate himself, because working in this same environment, talking to so many mortgage professionals, bankers, so we kind of, well, not an expert opinion, but a layman's viewpoint, which is pretty I would say it is much better than a layman's opinion. And we give you roughly a figure saying, okay, you can purchase your home up to this level. So that is a good point to start with. If you didn't do your homework well and you didn't know your ceiling, that is, this is the home value you can buy, so the problems are bound to happen. So most of the time, home buyers think that doesn't matter if they are on the borderline, but with the rent coming from the basement, well, they can afford the house. This is the worst scenario and a worst thought. It can definitely lead you to a big problem, because what happens when the tenant stops paying you rent and gets into a legal struggle? Evicting him and recouping your lost dollars is going to put you in a stressful situation. So my take on this is, for all the home buyers who are thinking of buying a home, do your homework pretty well. You must sit with either your agent or your broker to help you assess your unique financial situation, because that's what is going to give you a very nice experience when you set out to buy the home. It is something that you should do before you buy the home. It's not after you have liked a property. When you like a property and then you go for mortgage, you don't get approved, guess what? It is frustration. And I guarantee you, the most of the real estate professionals who are in this industry and they understand ins and out won't even work with you if you cannot justify that yes, you can get the mortgage. So getting the mortgage is the first and foremost criteria in home purchase. The second, I would say, is choosing your realtor. So I don't know how many of you understand this thing, but when we set out to choosing our realtor, it is a big game. Well, this is my platform, and I would definitely say I'm the best person, right? So here is the a deal. So when you are thinking of buying a property, don't go DIY. DIY is doesn't work for every situation because, like I said in the opening dialogue, home purchase is a specialized area. You need to be protected. You need to understand what things are important, and only a professional agent is going to give you that insight. So, like I see, there are many people who try to sell their properties by themselves. That is called for sale by owner. But guess what happens? The stats tell us that those are the properties which are mostly involved in the legal battles between the buyers and between the sellers. So the deal doesn't go through, the deposit has been given to the homeowner, and now you cannot take it back because homeowner has spent the money. Or it goes in trust account, and the lawyer, because he owes duty to his client, that is seller, well, you get into another issue here. So you don't know the comparative market evaluation. You don't know what's the real worth of this property. So going by yourself, I don't think that is the best idea. If I would have really loved to see a few people on this platform, this could have been one of the best discussion forum here, and it could have helped a lot of people. So basically, what I want to tell you is, when you are working with an agent, make sure he is someone you can trust. He is someone who knows the market. He is someone who puts your interest before their own interest. And guess what? You have to trust him. Whenever you pick an agent, don't pick him on the criteria of how much cash back you're going to get. I would suggest go with someone who can give you more value for your dollar than actually giving you cash back, because he can outnumber the cash back by the real drop in the price. So here is the deal. Ask me any questions if you have on your mind, and I will love to reply to that. And moving forward, another thing that I wanted to discuss at this platform, my YouTube live channel, is that when you're working with an agent, give him your clarity of mind. Tell him exactly what you are looking for. Sit with him, spend some time, because this is the fundamental thing you should be doing. So spend your time, let him understand, let him ask you questions, you ask him questions, and this is how basically it is something that's going to save you tons and tons of time and frustration, because with a clear thought, with a clear timeline, with a clear understanding, I guarantee you, you will buy a home quickly than most of the buyers do. So this is for some, this is very important to understand. For some people, working with a full-time agent is more important, though everybody is equally competent. I cannot comment on this thing. I work full-time into real estate. I train myself. I learn from my peers, and this is how we deliver to our clients. But yeah, ask his eligibility. Do not hesitate to talk. Do not hesitate to ask questions. Don't get afraid that someone is coming down in a huge truck or the latest brand vehicle, and you feel intimidated. Don't get under influence. You have to have a clear perspective. Ask him any question that comes to your mind, and well, see if you get the right answer. And that right answer should satisfy you as well. So when we start our journey, so like I just said, you qualify for mortgage amount, very important. And then you go to qualify a real estate professional who you can trust to work with, who you think can deliver you peace of mind. Very important things. And then this is the third step that home buyers basically must do, to do a little research by themselves and let the agent do most of the stuff. When you have explained your criteria of the home that you want to buy, that you wish, that you actually dream of, so when you have given the criteria, let him do some work. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes some time, because the properties may not come on market that could appeal you. So it takes time. So give him some time to set up the search criteria. And when you are ready to understand that, yeah, this is the property kind I'm looking for, and he's doing the right stuff, I would suggest it is time for you to basically get into a relationship, which we call client relationship, or it's simple. When it is not a relationship, it is called customer service. These two things are very important to understand. I'm really sorry that I don't have anyone on the platform to make it interactive, and I do not want to bore this up. So I'm stopped for some time, and I will wait till someone shows up, and then we take it up from there. Thank you very much for staying with me for the time being.